Hey guys, it is Thirsty Thursday of MS Awareness Month. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you as always for all of your likes, comments, shares, and posts. I really do hope that you are enjoying each video and that you're getting some good tips that you're able to start implementing. So today we are going to cover the most beneficial beverage you can be getting in your body to improve your health, why it's more important than you may realize, and strategies to get it in without spending half your day in the bathroom. So what is that beverage? As you can see, it is water. Water is the most beneficial beverage you can be putting in your body to improve your health. About 60% of our body weight is actually made up of water. And beyond that, it plays a lot of key roles in the body's function. So it helps to allow nutrients to circulate throughout your body a lot better. It helps to lubricate the joints. It helps to protect your organs. It allows you to go to the bathroom a little bit easier. And essentially every cellular function in your body is going to perform better if you're properly hydrated. So what does that mean to be properly hydrated? You want to have about half your body weight in ounces of water. And then for an hour of exercise, an additional 24 ounces. Now, if that sounds like, oh my goodness, throw me a raft, because I think I'm going to float away if I drink that much water, fair enough. You don't have to go from 0 to 60 overnight. In fact, I don't want you to do that. But you do want to start to increase the amount of water that you're taking because of all the benefits that water delivers to the body. So as I said, it can be a challenge, and that's for somebody who is completely healthy. But if you're an individual living with MS, there's a whole nother level of complexity to it, and it can actually get a little tricky. So I say that because water is that much more important if you are somebody living with MS, because one of the big symptoms, as you've heard me talk about before, is fatigue. And when I say fatigue, I'm not talking about being tired from a long day or an active weekend or whatever it may be. It is a full body, completely wiped out fatigue. So if something as simple as water can help to cut the edge on that, it's not necessarily going to completely eliminate it, but if it can help to cut the edge on that, it's going to be worth it. So then why do I say that it's tricky? Because one of the other symptoms that is common if you have MS are sensitivities with the bladder. So urinary frequency, urinary urgency, and in some extreme cases, complete loss of control of the bladder. So if you're an individual with those symptoms and then you're hearing to increase the amount of water that you're taking, that can be really unsettling and overwhelming. So I think one of the first things that's helpful to do if you're in that situation is to identify what's the greater of the two evils and address that first. So if your bladder sensitivities are something that is becoming debilitating for you, you want to be addressing that first. Talk with your physician, explore all the different options out there. Acupuncture, yoga, there's so many different things that you can do that are going to help to, again, cut the edge and alleviate some of that, of those symptoms there. Once you get that under better control, it may not necessarily completely go away, but as long as it's not debilitating, then you can start to increase the amount of water that you're taking in a day. And a good starting place is to eliminate the things that are dehydrating you. So what is depleting that hydration level in your body? And that's alcohol, caffeine, sugar, salt. A lot of the things that we talked about in that earlier video that are promoting inflammation in your body. So not only are they promoting inflammation, but they're dehydrating you too. So if it's not health supportive, we want it out of your diet. So start eliminating them, and then get a good understanding how much water are you taking in on an average day now. So over the course of a week, start to track about how much water you're taking in a day. And then once you have that average, the following week, start to increase that by maybe 8 ounces. So if you start off realizing that you get 32 ounces of water in a day, then that first week, up that by 8 ounces. So start with 40 ounces. And then if by the end of that week, that becomes an easy habit, you're not even thinking about it, great, add an additional 8 ounces. So that next week, you're at 48 ounces. And then if you get to a point where it starts to become a little troublesome, you may have to stop and focus on that increase for 2 weeks, whatever it is. Go at a pace that feels comfortable for you. So you want to start to increase the amount, know how much you're taking in, and then increase in a gradual way. That will be much easier on the bladder, whether you have MS or not. And then the other thing is to make it most appealing for you. So personally, I like room temperature water. So I'll make sure that I have room temperature water available at most times. And I also happen to like reverse osmosis water. If you're not familiar with that, it's essentially just the way in which the water is filtered. It's a pretty thorough filtration. To the point that it can actually be a little controversial because it strips not only the bad things out of the water, but it can strip some of the good things out of the water as well. I liken it to the concept of an antibiotic, where an antibiotic strips all of the bad bacteria and the good bacteria out because it can't decipher between the two. Same concept with this filtration system. It strips it all out. So if you are doing this, you need to know that you either need to be getting a really nutrient-dense diet or a good quality multivitamin. But what I was finding is that when I started drinking this, I liked the flavor of it, so it just tasted cleaner to me, so I found myself drinking more. So I saw that as a greater payoff than worrying about making sure that some of the other minerals were in here. I get this from Mom's Market. I paid like $8 for this glass jar here. I got 3 of them and I fill them up on a regular basis. It's 39 cents to refill. They have the filtration system there right in their store. And the first refill that you do every time you go to the store is free. So, like I said, I have 3 bottles, but anytime I go, I'm only paying for 2 refills at 39 cents each because that first one's always free. So whether you do this or not doesn't make a difference. You're choosing what your preference is. So if you're one that likes the bottled waters, great. If you like your water filtered from the refrigerator or a pitcher that you keep in the refrigerator, choose whatever works best for you and then make it convenient for you. So the other thing that you can do is to add some flavor to it, so to speak. You can add some slices of lemon, slices of lime, apples, cucumbers, and then maybe even cut up some berries. Some raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. We're about to go into the farmer's market season. I'm so excited. So you can pick up some good fresh berries, wash them really well, and then put them in to add a little kick of flavor to your water without having all of the garbage that's in like those little pouches that of sugar and powder and stuff that you put in. Try to avoid them as much as possible. You could also do a ginger tea. So this is one, I actually wrote an article for Mind Body Green a couple of years back that I can include in the link below. But ginger is not only phenomenal for helping to eliminate migraines, but it also is really good for reducing inflammation in the body. So you're getting more, better hydration and you're reducing inflammation. I also will put a little bit of a few cinnamon sticks in there just because I like from a flavor perspective. But cinnamon, as we know, helps to reduce sugar cravings and to reduce cholesterol over time. So lots of perks when you start incorporating more real food into your diet. And then if you like herbal teas, you can incorporate some of them in there as well to get a boost of hydration without just plain water all the time. I say herbal teas because herbal teas have no caffeine in them at all. There's actually no tea leaves in there. It's not a tea at all. It's just the herbs. So you're getting a lot of health benefits from that. And I am actually doing a whole separate video on the benefits of teas. So I'm going to not go too deep into that right now, but the brand that I like is Traditional Medicinal. It's always on sale at Target, Wegmans, ShopRite. You can get it all over. You can get it on Amazon. They have a ton of different flavors. But it's a really good quality and integrity of that particular brand. It's organic, so traditional medicinal teas are good. And then, of course, you want to make it, as I said earlier, you do want to make it convenient for yourself. So I recommend getting a water bottle, something that's easy for you to always have on hand. This one in particular, if anyone knows me, I'm always carrying this around, whether I'm at the gym, running errands, even church on Sunday morning. It's a glass container, has the rubber coating, because this does help from if you drop it. I know that from firsthand experience. It's got the little handle on it and this nozzle here. I find I drink more with this mouthpiece than I do with a straw. So path of least resistance, find the little things that are going to make a difference that will be easier for you to consume them. If you like your chilled water, the Swell bottles are fantastic because they keep the water cold for a long period of time. So you want to find the ways that you're going to enjoy it the most, make it convenient, and then last but not least, you want to time it out. So you want to make sure that you aren't having a big thing of water right before you get on the road. If you are one who has a busy day, you're not at home a lot, you want to have small sips throughout the day and then increase your amount of water when you are around a bathroom. So little things like that. If you know that you're on your way home, you're going to be home pretty soon, maybe have a bottle of water when you are driving in the car, knowing that you'll have access to a bathroom pretty quickly, or once you get home if you feel better with that. But be strategic about it. Don't have, like I said, a whole bunch of water when you don't have access to a bathroom. Really try to time it out appropriately. And then, of course, making sure that you're not guzzling a whole bunch of water right before you go to bed. If anything, you want to make sure that you're getting a nice glass of water first thing in the morning, because that really helps from a detoxification process. A glass of like warm lemon water when you first wake up in the morning, really good for the liver, really good for the body overall. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you found some tips of strategies to get more water in your body without spending half your day in the bathroom. If you have other tips, if you use apps, if you, I don't know, have other strategies that you have used, maybe you set an alarm on your phone to remind yourself to have some water throughout the day. I'd love to hear about them. Help me share some more good information, so post them below. And I will be back tomorrow with more information. Can't wait. Take care. Bye, guys.